is the Louis T Network.
Who else could it be? Me, your me, Louis T. Welcome to this quick network update. Wanted to jump up here and talk about the 2017 playoff coverage that you can expect from the Louis T Network. And this video probably should have been out earlier this week. I apologize for that. Had a lot going on, man. You can't even imagine how much I have going on right now, but that's nor here nor there. Fact of the matter is, I'm here now, and that's what's important. So, what I basically wanted to do was give you an idea as to what you should expect from me during this postseason run as we try to crown a new Super Bowl champion in the 2016-2017 NFL season. So, we're going to get the action kicked off, obviously, today. We're roughly 2 hours away from kickoff of Wild Card Weekend, which will then kick off the 2017 NFL playoffs. So, with that in mind, I wanted to come up here and talk to you guys about what you should be looking for from me, what you can expect from me for each and every single game of the postseason. May do something a little different for the Super Bowl, not really sure right now. May do nothing for the Super Bowl. It all depends on my situation and what I have going on. But this is what you can expect from me during the postseason, at least the regular portion of the postseason, excluding the Super Bowl. So what you're going to get from me is I'm live tweeting during the game. So if you see something and you think it's funny, or you see something like, wasn't that a damn hold? I'm here, man. And I'm going to be chopping it up with all of you guys. Make sure you use the hashtag LouisTLive if you're going to address a comment to me, or just make sure you @in the lab room when you direct that comment to me. But if you really want that comment answered, use the hashtag LouisTLive. I'm trying to get that hashtag flowing, so you guys have to make sure you use the hashtag LouisTLive. You want to send me your picks for all of the games. You want to give me predictions all the way to the Super Bowl from right now. Send me your picks. I'm waiting. I want to see them. I've already given you mine. You know where I stand in the 4 games that will take place this weekend. Send me your picks to Twitter using the hashtag LouisTLive. @me, @in the lab room. So use the Twitter handle if need be. But if you don't use it, I can still locate your picks if you use the hashtag LouisTLive. So send me your picks. Make sure you attach the hashtag LouisTLive so I don't have to go searching around for what you said, because I know a lot of y'all want credit. Oh, I picked this game. Okay, you want credit? Well, make sure you use the hashtag LouisTLive so that I can see what you thought was going to happen before the games actually kicked off. So, live tweeting during the contest, every single one of them. Also, halftime show on Twitter, live. I did a little test run earlier to see how I wanted to do it. I figured it out. I know what I'm going to do now. So on Twitter, @halftime, come check your man out. You can watch the halftime show that they're going to feed you, or you could come check your man Louis T out and get my first half analysis. And I'm going to chop it up with you guys as you can comment as I'm breaking down the first half. It's going to be really quick, give you some quick pointers and things that I saw, and maybe some adjustments that need to be made in the second half for the outcome to be different or remain the same for the team that's winning. So come check me out at halftime of all of the playoff games. We're going to start with the Saturday wildcard games. Of course, Raiders @Texans will be the first one up. You'll get halftime coverage of that game. And of course, at the game's conclusion, you know where to find me. You already know where to find your man Louis T, right here on the Louis T Network for the conclusion and wrap up of that game. So you already know what time it is. I'm going to give you full wall-to-wall coverage of the 2017 NFL playoffs as we start to transition into the offseason for every single team. So before we can do that, got to get the playoffs done, and we're going to do that right here on the Louis T Network. So live tweeting throughout the course of the game. If you haven't already done so, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and follow me on Twitter so that you are in the know when these things start to take place. Go ahead. @in the lab room is the Twitter handle. @INTHELABROOM @in the lab room. Go ahead and follow me, or you can just look me up with the Louis T Network name. It will pop up. Follow me on Twitter. Use the hashtag LouisTLive for either your comments or your picks that you want to make for this postseason. I'm going to be there live tweeting throughout the game and also on the night game as well. Seahawks at home taking on the Detroit Lions, going to be a fascinating watch because I think the Seahawks are struggling right now. And I think the Lions, although they haven't won in about a month, they're still a dangerous football team. Would not shock me in the least. Remember, they went there last year and should have won. I know it's different circumstances, different team. We'll see what happens. Seahawks have the most postseason experience in the NFC. That has to count for something. That's going to be a fascinating watch. So I'll be there for that game as well. In all of the games this postseason, live tweeting, halftime show, and then the post-game show, all here on the Louis T Network. Remember, I'm going to be on Twitter all game long tweeting, and I'm going to be on Twitter live for the halftime show. Join me for that. I'll be reading off some of your comments as well. So just wanted to give you a quick little update as to what you can expect from me. Let's see what you guys have to say in the comment section. Hey, what's up, BE? What's going on with you, man? My man, Rarely Even, my man Reed says, I saw some mock a tight end to the Bucks at 19, Lou. The hell? We're trying to make America great again. They don't understand what Cameron Brate is doing out there. Don't pay them any attention. That means they haven't been watching Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. Unless they know something about his injury that caused him to miss the final game or two of the season. They know something that I don't know and you don't know. They haven't been watching Bucks football. They don't know. RG3 hashtag smoking at 3 says, which playoff game is going to be boring? You know what? I'm one of those guys that I go in with an open mind. Every game has to have some beautiful aspect to it. This Raiders Texas game obviously seems like the one that stands out the most because of the quarterback play in it. But you never know. It may actually be the most entertaining game. Who's to say? You think you know, but you have no idea with these playoff games. Just like we saw last year with the Steelers and Cincinnati. It wasn't a good game for literally 3 3/4 quarters. And then the end of that game was just a fascinating watch. So you just never know what you're going to walk into. And so you just got to tune in and find out. Argenis Luguardo says, the NYPD, the Packers receivers need to watch out because we about to lock them up. I like that. That's what you should name the secondary. I don't know if someone's already come up with that name, but that's a hell of a name. Someone's been asking me for a nickname for the Giants secondary. And maybe NYPD is good. I like that because you're locking down receivers. I like that. That's catchy. I like that. Landon Collins, Defensive Player of the Year hashtag is what Argenis Luguardo. And you know he made the All-Pro team as well. Well-deserved. I think he is definitely in the discussion. I've been talking about Landon Collins for over 2 months. Since that Rams game over in London, I've been talking about Landon Collins as a potential Defensive Player of the Year award winner. And I think he's put himself in a position to get that done. Brian Emerson says, did you get my playoff picks? I absolutely did. Do me a favor though, BE. Resend those to me via Twitter because I'm not chasing around picks. Use the hashtag LouisTLive. Send me your picks again, and so I can have them where everyone else's picks will be. BE, thanks. Andrew Kim says, can't watch either game, gotta work, but, and let's see what he says. But, hold on 1 second. But here are my picks. Hey, AK, do me a favor. Send me those picks via Twitter. Use the hashtag LouisTLive so I have your picks on file so I know what I can refer back to when we start talking about who did what in the first weekend with their picks. Argenis Luguardo, same thing, same difference. If you're out there, let me just give you the rundown quickly. I want your picks. I want them via Twitter. Using the hashtag LouisTLive. If you've got picks and you want to get them out there to the public, to the masses, give me your picks via Twitter using the hashtag LouisTLive. All right. Sean Mack says, hope you enjoy the wild card weekend, bro. Got some pizza and a cold beverage. You know, come on, man. You know who you're talking to. I'm going to have some wine. I'm sipping on wine all day. So you already know. You already know who you talking to, man. While I'm tweeting with y'all and watching the game, I got a glass of wine in one hand and the phone or the tablet in the other, man. And I'm going to be just off and running. Come on, man. You know what time it is, Sean Mack. You know how the game go. All right. Larry G's the best says, if Aaron Rodgers beats the Giants, have to be league MVP. So the MVP has already been decided. They've already figured it out because it's a regular season award. So whatever happens here doesn't have any bearing on who the MVP winner will be. That's already been decided. It's a regular season award. So if Aaron Rodgers, by the committee, has been thought to have done enough, then he would have already won this award, and we'll find that out the day before the Super Bowl. But I think it's I actually think it's Matt Ryan's award to lose. I think Matty Ice has had the most consistent season of anyone, put his team in an 11-5 position, number 2 seed, first round bye, win that division, steal it away from the Carolina Panthers after they had a 3-year run. I think Matt Ryan is deserving, and Matty Ice has staked his claim as the MVP winner, but we will see. I really think that Aaron Rodgers is on a mission right now, but can he get enough help from the defense? We're going to find out in this game this weekend versus a very stingy and nasty Giants defense. Vincent Coe says, "What's up, Lou? My picks for today's game are," and again, I just told you guys what to do with those picks. For those of you just showing up to the party, make sure you send me your picks via Twitter using the hashtag LouisTLive. Remember, I'm going to be live on Twitter during the course of the game, tweeting if you want to chop it up with your man Louis T, or just take in the game in that environment, because, you know, a lot of people are going to be talking back and forth. Feel free, man. Come and chop it up with us. Also, halftime show here on Twitter live. Make sure you check that out. Hashtag LouisTLive. All right. Peyton Manning, hashtag Pay Breezy, hashtag Slim Peyton says, which game, okay, you already asked, or which game is going to be the biggest upset? The one that I think has a chance to happen, because if the Giants beat the Packers, that's not an upset to me. All right. That's a 4 and a 5 seed. The biggest upset that I see a chance having to take place, to me, is going to be Detroit over Seattle. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would not shock me if it did. But I'm going to tell you right now, those boys are not afraid, okay? Those boys in Detroit are not afraid to go into Seattle and win, and I could see that actually taking place. So that's one of those games that is scary. I don't see the Dolphins jumping up and biting the Steelers. I don't see the Texans game being a surprise, whoever wins that game, nor do I see whoever wins the Giants Packers game being a surprise. But the one game that would surprise me, but I still wouldn't be that shocked, but I'm still expecting Seattle to win, is Detroit going into CenturyLink and beating the Seattle Seahawks. That would be a little bit of a surprise to me, because I just don't expect it, but it would not shock me. But I would be like, wow, they actually went in there and won. But like I said, Seattle not playing the best brand of football right now, so they're a little sketchy in my mind. All right. My man Ree says they need a DC in DC. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny, Ree. Very funny. Yes, we do need a defensive coordinator in DC. That's funny. Peyton Manning, hashtag Pay Breezy, hashtag Slim Peyton says, who's the best receiver duo in the wild card round? Let's see. Right now, let's run through the teams quickly. Houston, no. Oakland, I guess you would have to put Krabs and Coop at the top of that list right now. So we'll keep those guys there for now. But with no 4 cars slinging a rock, it's almost like a moot point putting them there. But we'll put them there for now. You go to the next game, Seattle. No. You have Detroit. Nah, not really. Even though I like Jones and Tate, no. Let's go to the Sunday games. You go to the Steelers. I think Brown's a one-man show out there. Even though there are other guys stepping up, I think Brown's a one-man show right now. Unless you want to throw Bell in there, but he's not a receiver. So we'll move on to the Dolphins. No, they don't have it. Even though I love what they have at receiver, I don't think they're a tandem yet. Then you go to the final game. Packers, Jordy Nelson and Devontae Adams. Yeah, those boys are playing some ball. And then you go to the Giants. They've got a bunch of weapons. Of course, Odell Beckham leads the crew, but I think, man, you better watch out for Sterling Shepard. I think Shepard and Beckham, Nelson and Adams and Crab and Coop are all up there. If I had to put them in an order from 1 to 3, I'd take, because of the quarterback situation, I'd take, it's killing me, but I'll take the Packers of Nelson, Air Jordy, and Devontae Adams because of who's throwing him the football. Then Eli Manning, he's best during this time of the season. This is when he plays his best football. So then I would take Odell Beckham. Shame on you if you step to the old dirty Beckham, and Sterling Shepard. And then finally Coop and Krabs out there in Oaktown. But again, they got Connor Cook throwing him the football. Coop, and Krabs, too many C's. That could end up in some D's and F's. We'll see what's going on with that game. Vincent Cole says, are we going to see the so-called postseason Eli Manning this year? I'm going to tell you what, when he gets here, the boy turns into an animal. The regular season Eli, a little sketchy. Postseason Eli is the reason why he's going to go to the Hall of Fame when he's done playing football. So I'm not saying, I'm just saying, you know what this dude normally does once we get to this time of the season. All right, let's keep it moving. Eagle Speed is a fag says, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for the Packers-Giants game. That is probably the game that I am most excited to see this weekend, but I tell you what, they're going to be some good games. I'm just excited about playoff football in general, but that's probably the one that I'm probably the most excited for, indeed. RG3 hashtag smoking at 3 hashtag 1000 says, LOL, them Giants is not going to stop A-Rod. Believe that. Hashtag RELAX. Relax. We gonna see. We are going to see that Giants defense. They done shut some teams down of late. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. K. Michael says, do you think Clowney will show up now that Penn is ruled out? I talked about that in the breakdown, that with Penn being out of this game, Clowney and company, Whitney Merciless, all of those guys are going to have opportunities to get to the quarterback. So it would not shock me in the least if you see the Texans really heated up from that left side and the Raiders have to make an adjustment, maybe go to some max protect, maybe have the tight end come in to help over there, maybe even have to keep a back end and take away some of their eligibles. So we'll see how they adjust to the potential pressure that could be coming off of that left side with the absence of Donald Penn. Rarely even says, I can't get no damn respect, Lou. Mike Evans was second team All-Pro. He was a top 3 receiver this season. You know how it goes, man. You want respect, make the playoffs, Reed. You know the rules to the game. Play, Reed, play. Make the postseason. All the respect that you're looking for will come in spades. BE says, okay, just tweeted you my picks. My man. All right. Also, let's get a couple more in here before we run. RG3 hashtag smoking at 3 hashtag 1000 says, hate to say it, but the NFC wildcard team looks like they're going to have the better match. We'll see. The NFC games definitely are intriguing. The AFC, because 3 of the 4 teams are missing their starting quarterback, you know what that does to the quality of those games. So we'll see. We could be jumping to conclusions here, and those games could actually be better. But just looking at it on paper, the only team healthy in the AFC wildcard matchups at the quarterback position are the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we don't know what we're getting out of those games, and I mentioned that when I broke down those games earlier on. All right, so let's see what we have. T. Little says, you got Detroit beating Seattle? No, go watch my videos. I've already given you my predictions as to what I think is going to happen. Both of those videos, and I'm sorry for the tardiness. Like I said, had a long week, and I kind of got caught up in some things, and everything didn't come out when it was supposed to. But I'm on it now. Your man, Louis T, is back on the job like he's supposed to be. And so those videos are out. You want to know my predictions? Go check them out. Make sure you like those videos when you watch as well. Rarely even says, it's going to make me sick seeing Matt Ryan win the MVP. Yuck. The man deserves it. I know you don't like it. That's a family member. And I know you want to frown on him, but you got to give the man his just due. He was outstanding this season. Also, Rarely even says, I would straight up vomit if Atlanta hoisted the Lombardi. That would be worse than when the Saints won it. Look. Those boys have as good a shot as anybody in the NFC. And like someone said, I think it was one of the Falcons fans said, they don't have to leave the inside of a dome for the entire playoffs. Whether they're going to Dallas or they're staying at home because Dallas loses, they're going to be inside all playoffs long. Even the Super Bowl is indoors. It's set up for the Atlanta Falcons to have success. They're an inside team, and they're not going to have to leave the inside of a stadium this postseason. So they have a shot. The defense is getting better as the weeks progress. We'll see what they do in the postseason. All right. Let's see. Peyton Manning, hashtag Pay Breezy, hashtag Slim Peyton says, if the MVP depends on the regular season, so how Barry Sanders didn't win more than one, I'm assuming, MVP, because the Lions weren't a good team a lot of the time. That's part of the reason why. Barry Sanders was an awesome running back, but the Lions weren't very good. And so a lot of times when you're good but your team isn't, much like David Johnson in the case of this season, you're not going to get the accolades that you deserve, because the MVP is supposed to be the best player on one of the best teams in the league. And that's generally how that a trophy is perceived to be. You need to be a good player that has elevated the level of play for your team, which actually turned out to be a good team because of your play. So that's why you see a guy like Barry Sanders, who had a magnificent career year after year after year, not win. But then again, that's like saying, why didn't Michael Jordan win the MVP trophy every year he was in the NBA? You want to give it to other guys as well, okay? But in the case of Jordan, his teams were good every year. Barry Sanders, not so much. Anal Probe 9000 says, what up, Lou? What up, Anal? What up, AP? Gotta stop calling you that. What up, AP? All I want for the new year is to start off right for the Cowboys and the Giants to get bounced in the first round. LOL. Playoffs would be much better with our boys in it. Hell, I agree. It would have been nice to be playing tonight against Seattle on that 8-15 matchup. But we blew it. We didn't deserve to go. And I told you, whatever we got, we deserved, and we didn't deserve to go. And I know you'll be rooting, and as well as many Redskins fans, for both the Giants and the Cowboys to have early exits. I'm just going to enjoy the playoffs. Honestly, I don't care who wins. It doesn't make me one bit of difference. I just want to watch some good football, some compelling football. That's all I'm really looking for. Revius Jones says, Aqib snatched Crabtree's chain. Is he a bitch? Is he going to get bullied this game? I don't know, man. I know one thing. Krabs better have a new gold rope around his neck, man. He's got to show that he's not a bitch, that he's got to come back with a chain on, and it's got to be showing so we can see that he's not coming to back down from what happened. And I really need him to wear another chain against the Broncos next year when they play, and see if Aqib Talib is that buck enough to go and snatch it again. So we'll see what happens. But yes, I would have loved to have seen him retaliate for that, but in any event, the NFL has set precedents now. He was not fined. He was not reprimanded for snatching that man's chain. So now you have to go take retroactive justice. We'll see how that is handed out. RG3 hashtag smoking at 3 hashtag Turner says, I got Clay Matthews putting his nuts on Eli's head. Good luck with that. Eli's really good at throwing the ball when someone's coming. He's not taking a shot. He will get down. He will throw the football. Maybe that will lead to a pick. We will see. But Eli does not take a bunch of shots. Sean Mack says, I think Le'Veon Bell is overrated. Come on, man. You got to stop that nonsense, Sean Mack. You know better than that. Let me read what else you got to say before I start getting you. And it's not me being a Browns homer. I just don't think he has been that good since his rookie season. Yeah, you killing me, Sean Mack. The guy has been a stud, okay? His rookie season might have been his worst season, as a matter of fact. So, that's just you not liking the Steelers because you're a Browns fan. That's all that is. The man is a beast. Just imagine if he didn't get suspended for the first 4 games of the season or 3 games of the season, what his numbers would have looked like. This guy's an animal. Come on. Sean Mack, stop your nonsense, Sean Mack. All right. Reese says, I think Joe Flacco had the best postseason performance ever back when the Ravens won the chip. He was simply phenomenal. Yes, he was. 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's what got him that monster deal in Baltimore. Reese says, what kind of chain is Krabs going to be wearing? I need that same exact gold rope, man. I need him to go get one and duplicate it. I need him to treat that chain like a cartoon character treats outfits. You got 30 of them in the closet. Go put on another one and come right back out like that was a disposable chain, man. I need him to show that he's not backing down. He better have a chain around his neck. I know that. Atlanta Fan for Life says, how many road teams do you see winning in Wild Card Weekend? Just one. Just one. And I gave you my picks. I'm not going to give you them again. You have to go watch my videos if you want my predictions. Let's see what else you guys have to say. RG3 hashtag smoking at 3 says, do you think Pepper's going to retire this season? If they win, he's definitely done. If they don't, he still might retire. They scaled back his snaps and made him a situational pass rusher this year. So the end is near for J. Pep. And I think he's working on a Hall of Fame bid. We'll see if he decides he wants to still play. If they win the Super Bowl, I think he's done. If they don't, he may come back and give it one more run. We'll see. Mindraw says, with the disappointing games that Seattle has given us, I have hope. With that being said, the Hawks are a different team in the playoffs. Yes, they are, and they have playoff experience. But remember, last year, they were on the road against Minnesota. No one thought they were going to lose that game, and they had a shot to lose that game if Blair Walsh can make a chip shot field goal. So you say they're different in the playoffs. I'm not so sure. We're going to see what Seattle is talking about. But they're at home this time. Last year, they weren't. So this is a different story. Mondros also says, by the way, did you see that Goodell is in Seattle? Not looking good for us Lions fans, LOL. It's never a good idea to play in Seattle, period. And so, you know how it goes out there. What happens in Seattle stays in Seattle. Good luck. As Lions fans, you're going to need it. Mondros always said, oh, man, that chain was his grandma's. His grandmama gave him that chain, man. You knew he cried all the way home, right? On that team bus. He cried all the way home. You know how that goes, man. Why you over here messing with all these nice people, man? Krabs better find out quick, man. Better get him some backbone. All right. These are the last comments right here. RG3 hashtag smoking the 3 says, if you had a chance to fight an NFL player, who would you fight? For me, I'd say Pac-Man. Look, I don't want to fight somebody that's going to want to fight me. I'm going to fight somebody that I know I can beat. I already told you who I would fight. I would fight the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kicker. That would be my fight. Okay, small guy, Roberto Aguayo, he wants none of this. So now if you just talking about a dude I don't like, that I would like to fight, but then again, just because I don't like him doesn't mean I want to fight him. I mean, these dudes are 240 and 50 pounds, man. You might be looking for an ass whooping. Just be careful. I know Pac-Man's not that big of a dude, but Pac-Man is ratchet. You know, I want to watch yourself. So he ain't to be played with. So just pick your battles and choose them wisely. That's all I'm saying. Mondraw says, do you think Crabtree's grandma sent him a care package of gold chains? I'm having fun, Lou, waiting for that game in CenturyLink. Hey, man, I hope his grandma, like I said, I want him to treat it like a cartoon character treats their outfits, man. I hope he got a whole bunch of those gold chains just sitting around the crib waiting to put another one on. We're going to find out in about an hour and 30 minutes from now. So I can't wait to see what he's going to come out there. P. Calzo says, can Jay Ajayi light it up again against the Steelers? He sure can. Problem is, do you have to respect the quarterback position enough to get those lighter boxes, which will then allow the Dolphins to run the football? We will see. But if they can run the football, they got a shot to go into Pittsburgh and win. Argenis Luguardo says, can we expect to see 2012 Eli Manning in the postseason? Maybe. Maybe. Remember that 2011 run into the 2012 postseason was magical. And he made some big-time plays in that postseason en route to beating the Patriots. I'm telling you, this is when Eli plays his best football. Rarely even says, I think it's going to be Green Bay and Pittsburgh Super Bowl rematch. Would be one for the ages. That was my Super Bowl prediction before the season started. So both of my teams are alive and well and kicking, so we'll see what happens. Sean Mack says, Bell, like Bortles, gets most of his yards in garbage time, bro. I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that, Sean Mack. I just don't, man. Mondraw says, could you beat Mike Tolbert? Mike Tolbert is actually a black belt, so no, hell no is my answer. And he's like 270 pounds. I'm going to pass on that one, though. Thanks for asking, though. My man Sean Mack also says, I'm a boxer. I'll fight anyone, bro. Good luck with that one. Just because you're a boxer don't mean you won't get your ass knocked out, okay? That being said, though, I hear you. That's that fighter's mentality and spirit. You'll fight anybody because you feel like, look, I'm a fighter. That's what I do. I fight. And I got respect for that, man. But I'm like the new age of fighters now, and those promoters behind them handpicking their opponents. I'm looking to fight somebody I can beat, man. This ain't like the old golden age of boxing where the best fought the best. Now they handpicking garbage opponents to make sure that their guys don't lose. So that's what I would do. Handpick a nice, soft opponent that I can go run roughshod over. But in any event, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for joining me. This is the little precursor, just a little appetizer to get your little palates wet for what's to come with this postseason coverage here on the Louis T Network. So you know where I stand. Make sure if you're going to send me your picks via Twitter, use the hashtag Louis T Live. Want to know what you think. Going to be chopping it up all game long. Both games Saturday, both games Sunday on Twitter while the games are taking place. Also, halftime show on Twitter live. Be there, comment. We'll chop it up at halftime, then get back to chopping it up on Twitter, watching the game for the second half. So you know where I am. You know where to find me. All of those things and more scrolling across the screen. You missed something, go watch it on playback. That being said, if it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on the Louis T Network. Playoffs about to get started. 2017 NFL playoffs. Does it get much better? Maybe if your team was in it. Other than that, no, it doesn't get much better. So you know what I'm about to say. Bart Scott can't wait. I will see you guys at 4:35 for the kickoff of Texans Raiders. See you then. Have a good one.